Hello traders everyone, and welcome to our new update surfing the Elliott waves, where I'll look at some of the most interesting developments for this week. This video has been brought to you by Orbex. I'll look at the dollar index, gold, Kiwi crude oil, dollar Mexican peso, and also on Luni. So what we are seeing, there is some relief rally here on dollar index, despite higher stock market, which is still in risk on mode. We are also seeing US yields keep moving to the downside. So maybe that's now some kind of a relief rally ahead of important jobs data later this week. As you know, Fed members highlighted several times that economic data is important to see if they should really hike rates further, or maybe if they are done. So there are still speculations that Fed members in general, they will look to cut rates in 2024. So this is most likely the reason why we were seeing US dollar index moving to the downside. So before we can see the next very strong move here on the dollar, I think that we will have to wait on this economic jobs data to be released this Friday. But from an Elliott wave perspective, I think that we have a pretty nice recovery here. I think it's a wave 4. It can be coming very nicely back to this 104 area where you have the former wave 4, the 38.2%, and also this distance of this wave 4 is very similar at the moment compared to this wave 2. So I think that's the very nice, strong potential first resistance from where we could sell off. Okay. Now, I want to look also at gold. Now, gold have seen some fake out um, this this week on Monday. It reminds me actually to this silver that goes back to 2021, when we also had this pretty similar pattern, and then on Monday, February 1st, the prices opened. We have seen a very strong move to the upside to new highs before market stabilized and turned to the downside. So I'm afraid that we have now very similar pattern going on gold. So that there was a lot of bullish sentiment involved in gold lately. Fear of missing out is certainly can be the case here at these levels after we break the all-time high. So I think that that's not a surprise actually to see this market not going higher, but rather reversing down. So it could be looking this market to clear both sides of traders before it can stabilize and potentially again turn to the upside. But looking at the updated wave counts, I think that this could be some kind of an ongoing wedge pattern, because keep in mind that this spike and a reversal down on the intraday basis came back to this 2000 level. It looks like that there can be an overlap with this wave A swing high. So if that would be the case, then this rise is in 3 waves. And since I can also count 3 waves here in this first leg of recovery, I came out with an idea that maybe we are in the middle of this ending diagonal. So despite the very strong bull market on a higher degree time frame charts, I just think that maybe there will not be any straight sharp move or break higher here on gold. There could be some choppy waves ahead, even if we see and print new highs after this wave 4 dip. So in the short term, maybe there can be even some more weakness coming on, because we have this pretty nice strong reversal to downside. As I said, is still only the first leg of a 3 wave drop. So even if the whole move will be corrected as a wave 4 that belongs to this ending diagonal, there is still room for more weakness after wave B. But wave B rally could occur maybe in the near term. That's a very nice potential swing zone support here around 2000 level. It's also psychological level, and there you have also this channel trend line as well. So I think that maybe market could look for some stabilization here. Hopefully we'll do. If not, then I'm afraid that weakness will be much more aggressive than I think. Now let's take a look on Kiwi. So Kiwi is making some very nice move to the upside. To, as you know, we've been tracking this deep correction for a while to 61.8%. We stabilized down here, potentially even with some head and shoulders bottom formation. So I think that more upside can be in play. And looking at these smaller time frames, I hope that we will see some further consolidation maybe here for wave 4, and then if that could be maybe some kind of a triangle, we will see a push higher into wave 5 here towards the end of the week. If that would be the case, then obviously we would be able to count 5 waves up from that lows, and it would be much better for bulls to continue higher after the next corrective movement. If we see suddenly, let's say by the end of the week, the overlap with this wave 1, then unfortunately I will have to adjust the wave count and we'll see what comes next. But I think that then market could even stay sideways for some time. Now let's take a look on crude oil. Now crude oil came to the downside despite the fact that OPEC is somehow trying to stabilize the prices, because a lot of countries are looking um, to cut their production for 2024. So we will see how this will impact the prices here. Certainly, crude oil is still now looking to be in downtrend here in this 4-hour time frame, but there is a very important $70 per barrel FIB support. There you have also the 78.6%. So what I'm thinking is that even if, let's say, that crude oil is ready to resume much lower, you still have potentially 5 waves down here now in late stages from this 88.40. So I think that this support here for fifth wave may not be far away. Even if we will see a bounce, just a temporary one, I still think that there will be some relief rally from that area. Now let's take a look also on dollar Mexican peso. Now dollar Mexican peso has recently came to the downside after it failed to break the resistance line here around 18.50. We are seeing some very nice extension down after this broken trend line here, the support one that represents or suggests that wave 4 has ended because of this broken line. So I think that more weakness can be in the cards. We have the lower lows and lower swing highs here formation for the last couple of weeks. So I think that more weakness here certainly is possible for wave 5 that at some point should take out these 2023 lows. Looking at the 4-hour time frame to maybe to give you just closer, better outlook, well, I'm actually tracking, observing two ideas here. The first idea is that that's wave 1, you had a wave 2 rally, and that was then 5-wave extension within wave 3. So we're now in a wave 4 back to 38.2%. That's the first very important resistance area from where we are already see some reversing down. So I think that more weakness here is certainly possible, especially if we can break this bear flag here. Also, the second scenario that I'm also tracking, and which by the way is also the bearish one, is that maybe this is also a leading diagonal, okay, and the 5-wave movement is already finished and that you are now in a corrective rally of the higher degree wave 2. So in such case, of course, I'm also bearish, but I just realized that then maybe correction can be much higher than I think, something like that, okay. But in either case, I think that dollar Mexican peso can be headed to the downside. Mexican peso has recently, not recently, but for the last 2 years or so, has been outperforming dollar quite well. So I believe that this currency will stay strong and that this potential rise here even to higher prices and this resistance, I still think that this pair can find some sellers. Okay, so the first resistance based on combination of two wave counts, the first resistance has been retested at 38.2%. The second one is most likely at this former wave 4 if we consider a leading diagonal as also potential valid idea. And now finally, let's take a look also on dollar CAD. So the reason why I'm bringing dollar CAD is because we have the Bank of Canada rate decision today. So the unemployment recently came up to 5.7 from 5.5%, and inflation came down to 3.1% from 3.8. So surely they can once again stay on hold, and this could potentially mean that dollar CAD could be looking for a support. However, if dollar general will stay in downtrend because you still have crude oil coming to the downside, you still have risk on flows. Of course, maybe CAD trades could be much better on some crosses rather than looking for longs on dollar CAD. But still, we have potentially 3 waves down here on dollar CAD. We have some very interesting support here around 135 level. So far, it's holding quite well. But for a bullish case, you certainly want to see maybe some stabilization and stable price action, I should say, above or around to 136, 137 area, okay? 136.60, 137 area, this is what I plan to say. So if we can see prices going into this area and maybe finish the day today after the raise decision at these levels, then I think that more upside here could certainly be seen, okay? But of course, it's very important to keep an eye on dollar index as a whole to maybe to have a broader picture of what the dollar may do next. Okay, traders, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you enjoyed this video and talk to you soon.